about the number 5 prospect for the Chicago White Sox in Colson Montgomery. He has been someone that he's been the guy that has been promised to us for a long time. Colson Montgomery was supposed to, debut in 2024. It didn't happen. There was some injury stuff that kind of derailed what was the season. He hit 214 in 2024 in AAA. There was some power. He worked on his defensive ability, so he went from like hovering between maybe he's a shortstop to I think he's kind of firmly he is the shortstop of the future for the Chicago White Sox. So, and then Montgomery, he's got plus power. The contact, like I said, took a step back, but he was also dealing with an injury in the hand. I can't confirm what it was, but he's got a good arm. The only thing is that he doesn't have like the classic wiggle that you expect, but he has good enough defensive instincts to stay at shortstop even when his like athleticism starts to wane a little bit. And we're talking about one of the better prospects. If we were going to like jump in the time machine and talk about it last year, everyone was talking about Colson Montgomery as a top 10 prospect. Now everyone sort of has kind of moved on. He's got a pretty big pace of prospect fatigue. So Colson Montgomery, I want to know what your thoughts are on him, Drew.
You said it, buddy. I think that the number one phrase you could use for Colson Montgomery right now is prospect fatigue. And that's just, it is unfortunate because really you look at Colson Montgomery's grades here, you look and read what Trevor Huth, shout out Huth, you look at the scouting blurb that he wrote and put together. It's above average tools, if not just, average to above average, sometimes plus even in like the power category. Montgomery is a good player, but I think it's almost like you said, he's the one we've been promised. And when we haven't gotten to see any of that be realized yet in Chicago, I think people are kind of at this point like, okay, so is he just not that special? I think that Montgomery is likely a solid big leaguer. I think the final determination of how successful he can be, and then by virtue of that, how good he can be for your fantasy teams is going to be the measure of what we see in terms of power versus contact. Like you said, last year, definitely a down year in AAA, touching 30% strikeouts, 214 average is not what you want to see. But again, it is a power-oriented bat. As you alluded to a minute ago as well, the lack of kind of fluidity or wiggle, as you said, at shortstop, it's something that's concerning, but it's nothing that I think should put you off of rostering Colson Montgomery if the price is right.
No, and that's one of the big things. Is the price right? I think that he's someone who's going to contribute in 2025. I think at this point, if he doesn't contribute in 2025, we have to have some serious conversations about him. I think that there's a chance that he is just walks in, shortstop, third base, kind of moves around. Like Gunnar Henderson isn't the most fluid shortstop, but he continues to play there because the bats. He's more than good defensively there, and he's also like one of the best hitters in baseball. I don't think Colson Montgomery can get there, but there was points where they were being comped to each other. So I think that's one of the things with Colson Montgomery is the prospect fatigue is really hampering what we think of him.